at some point in your life, it hits you, like it really hits you. Oh my God, I'm going to die one day. And I don't know what day that will be. I remember when this hit me many years ago. It was shocking in a way that I'd always known it kind of intellectually, and just somewhere in the background I knew I was going to die one day. But you kind of put all that to one side, don't you? And you focus on living, which is understandable. But then one day it just that question just kind of became alive in me. It's like, oh my God, what is death? The end of me. It was kind of inconceivable to me. What does that even mean? How could I experience the end of me? Me and my experience is all I've ever known. So what? How can I even begin to comprehend the end of experience? Is that what death is? Maybe I live on after death. Maybe a part of me lives on after death. Maybe consciousness survives the body. Maybe I reincarnate. Maybe I go up to some other realm. And maybe. So there's so many things we can believe about death and about what happens after death. Our religions teach us, well, all kinds of things. And I'm not making this video because I want to tell you what's true. I want to tell you what to believe or what not to believe. But I do want to kind of open up a question and offer a contemplation and food for meditation. I truly believe that if we are to be truly alive, we need to begin to contemplate death. I've spent time with people. Well, many years ago, I used to volunteer in a care home, and I spent time with people who had sometimes days left, weeks left. And it's a funny thing, sometimes when time is taken away from you, it's so easy to become complacent, isn't it? To take life for granted. But then sometimes that time, endless time, is taken away from us, and life begins to be very, very, very precious. So for some of these people, in the last few days, weeks of their lives, that suddenly life was incredibly precious. Every single moment was a gift, and it was such a privilege to sit with these people. Anyway, so yeah, this question, what happens when I die? What happens after death? For years, it plagued me. It tortured me. I was obsessed with it. It consumed me. Death. And people over the years in retreats and meetings that I've done have asked versions of this question. What is death, Jeff? And what happens when we die? And does consciousness survive the body? And look, I don't want to spew out some secondhand dogmatic answer. I'm not about that. Sometimes I respond to that question, what is death, with a metaphor, and I love this metaphor. It's been so helpful for me. Maybe, is it a metaphor, a simile, an analogy? Anyway, it's one of the. It's a story. It's a story that is quite a relatable story. It's the story of a wave in the ocean, and just imagine you're watching a wave move through the ocean merrily on its way, and you see the ocean is approaching the shore. And what it looks like is that the ocean is about to crash onto the beach and die. And then you see this wave crashing, and it looks as though, from one perspective, it looks as though the wave has gone. Where did the wave go? Is what the mind asks. Where did it go? There was a wave there, and then now it's gone. Where did it go? The wave died. That's one perspective. But I think if you really look, and this is why it's not just a metaphor. You can actually go to the ocean. I mean, this is why it's so lovely to sit by the ocean and watch the waves. I think it touches something very deep within us, a deep knowing. Because of course, it's not true that the wave disappeared, is it? The wave simply crashed. It went back into the ocean. The wave didn't go anywhere. It returned. It fell back into the ocean. But then, actually, even that isn't true, isn't it? That's not even true, that the wave returned to the ocean, because how can the wave return to something if it never left the ocean? Isn't that more true, that the wave never for one moment of its seemingly independent life, it never was separate from the ocean. There never was a separate, individual, independent wave. You could never, ever, ever find the dividing line. And this is true at every point in its life. You can never find that dividing line between the ocean and the wave. It was all one movement. It was always the ocean appearing as, taking shape as a seemingly independent wave. So it only appeared, the wave only appeared to be separate from the ocean. Really, it was just ocean. It was just ocean the whole time. So ultimately, we can't even say that the wave returns to the ocean. The wave always was the ocean. So it's that very illusion of separation that falls away. Maybe that's what death really is. It's the falling away of the illusion, the assumption. Maybe a faulty assumption, actually, that we were ever separate from the vast, mysterious, oceanic, call it whatever you want, life, consciousness, being, the mystery. Hope this video helped you in some way, or inspired you in some way, or touched you in some way. Yeah, please subscribe or follow me, or whatever the thing is that you're meant to do. If you'd like to get more videos like this. Lots of love to you all. Take care.